it hurts. And I'm too sexy for Milan, too sexy for Milan, New York and Japan.
Hey, welcome back everybody this week to this episode of Doing It with Styles. And I know you guys, like me, love going to the DMV. I mean, that's one of my favorite things to do every year, to renew my license or my vehicle registration or, whatever. Every couple of years I have to go in and, they make sure I'm still alive so I can get my driver's test. Well, today I've got somebody that will take care of all of that for you. Well, most of it anyway.
Most of it, yeah.
You can't take my driver's test for
No,
me?
sir. I can't take a picture.
All right. My guest today is Christy, and you are the owner and the founder of Done and Done DMV services, right?
Correct, yeah.
So what exactly do you do? I mean, I've seen some of the places around town, and how does it work? I mean, let's say that my vehicle registration is due next month, and can I come in and you'll take care of that for me?
Absolutely, yeah. So not all DMV services are created equal.
Right.
I like to think that we're one of the best in town. We have over 13 years experience dealing with the DMV, and we can do everything but driver's license. So
Really,
if you need
everything but driver's license?
Yep. So if you need to renew in 30 days,
right,
and you don't feel like waiting for a kiosk, you just don't feel like dealing with anything with the DMV.
God, no.
Anything, yes, you can contact
It has gotten out of hand.
You know what DMV stands for? Decisions may vary.
I like that.
Yes. One of the other services told me that. I was like, that's brilliant.
I like it.
So the problem is you come in with paperwork and it's messed up, or you buy a private party.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand what to get in return for their money. So I have to give bad news sometimes that they don't have the right paperwork.
Right.
Or they're missing a signature, or that everything is perfect.
But you can review all of that in your office
Absolutely.
without them having to go down there, and you can say, hey, okay, this is good. Now wait, you got to do this.
Correct.
And they're not going to have to wait 3.5 hours just
For that
to see you.
rejection. Oh.
Yeah, to find that out. So
Yeah. We try to be very efficient. If people have paperwork, we ask them. You can send us pictures of it. You can email them to us.
Really?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of deals. We deal with that all the time.
So and there are some things that you don't even have to come into the office for.
Most of the stuff you do. Most of the things we need wet signatures, but there are some things that don't.
Right. No. But I mean, like the paperwork, it's like I can send that ahead of time.
Oh yes.
And you can say, well, wait, you need this and this before you come in.
Yep.
Nice.
Save your time. Yeah. And
Yeah.
you can, we prepare all the paperwork with that information so that when you come into the office, our meeting is only a few minutes.
Right.
We get it done and done.
Yeah.
And we get you an estimate of the fees. We say sign here, here, and here. We get you a contract that says this is the DMV's price. This is our price.
Right.
We don't charge anything until the deal is done.
Right.
So if your stuff doesn't
But you
get
got to
done,
make something to do it, right?
no, if the deal doesn't get done, it's a courtesy. I'm born and raised out here. This is my town. I
Right.
love helping people.
Yeah.
I don't like to get fees charged. So it doesn't happen often that we can't finish.
No.
what
But
we
I'm
need
saying
done.
that somebody has to get paid to go down to the DMV.
Oh yes, we charge a fee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's as it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, and to me, it's worth it.
Yes, it is. And our fees, they're structured based on how hard the project is.
Of course.
So the easier the project, the cheaper the price.
Right.
So not everything is not one size fit all. Every situation's different. Every person is different. But we have our regulars who just love the service, and we really appreciate the business. So I really enjoy it.
Yeah. And I'm sure that, it's like somebody comes in and they have a good experience. They're going to tell their friends.
Oh yes.
Don't waste your time, dude.
Yep.
Go see this. Yeah. So things like SR22. Let's say that you need an SR22. You can help somebody with that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
So with the SR22,
Well, okay. So I'm
yeah.
thinking of a particular case where this individual does not own a vehicle,
Okay.
but he needs to get his driver's license.
Mhm.
But you can't get a license without insurance.
Right.
So they told him you need an SR22. So how do you do that?
well, you need to
Come and
contact.
talk to you. Yeah.
Yes, you need to, well, with the driver's license, it's different. If they have an SR20, there's an SR22 for driver's license
Right.
infractions, and then there's an SR22 for not having your registration and
Right.
insurance
Right.
infractions. So anything with the driver's license side, contact your insurance agent for the driver's license portion of it and for the registration, but those are.
But if you don't
two
own a
different
vehicle and you don't, I mean, it's just,
Mhm.
so if you don't Just contact any insurance
Yeah,
company?
I usually Progressive has cheap SR22s.
Really? Okay.
And you can hold those for the 3 years that they have to if they
Oh,
have
okay.
some kind of problems with their driver's license and they're
Gotcha.
not driving.
Right.
You can start that SR22 and have it continue on, and you got to hold it for 3 years usually.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so but I mean, you don't have to then go out and buy a car and insure it.
No, not for that
Yeah.
purpose. No, you can carry it without the car.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Get that time frame done.
So I'll be sending you somebody.
Sure. Yeah, but if I can give one word of advice on the SR22 side of the registration.
Yes.
So a lot of people will cancel their insurance because the car is gone, but they never officially go online and cancel their registration. So if I can give anybody one word of advice from this interview is cancel your registration first online or bring us the plates. We'll turn them in for you and get your receipt, and then cancel your insurance.
And that's if you're dealing with a private party. You
That's
sold your
any
car to a
car.
private party.
Any time that
Right.
you are getting rid of a vehicle, cancel the registration first and then cancel the insurance. Because if you do it the other way,
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
you
I
can
see.
have a
Yeah.
suspension or, so, yeah.
Okay.
Don't cancel your insurance.
Yeah, if you go to a dealer, you can take care of everything right there.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is the most common service that you guys do? I mean, what do you find is most? This is what most people want us for.
I would think most people want us when they're moving to town. We have such growth here. It's so great. And people really, they're just so shocked at our DMV system here.
Yeah.
That they don't want to deal with it, or they can't. They don't have the time. They can't wait that long. And so I think that's probably the majority of them is people who are new. They know absolutely nothing
Yeah.
about the
And they go
DMV
down
here.
to the DMV and they find out that they can't
Yeah.
just walk in now.
Can you
You
walk
have
in?
to have an
We
appointment,
do.
and that can be months down the road.
Yeah. And then you gotta figure out what you gotta bring, and then of course you're gonna wait those 3 hours
Sure.
to figure out that if you've been married. Here's another common thing that gets people rejected is marriage certificate, name changes. You got to make sure you bring all of that documentation with you, and that's one thing a lot of people don't realize.
So if and I'm thinking, okay, I just bought a vehicle from a private party and I need to get it registered, and I go online to get an appointment and I find out I'm 2.5 months down the road before I can even get in. If I come to you, do I still have that 2.5 months? Or
Oh
is that-
no! It
You
takes
guys
us
can just
usually
jump right in there.
3 to 5 business days. Yeah, we get things done and done.
Yeah,
Yeah, very efficient, and that's the commitment we make.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the job?
Well, the fact that I've grown it, and by the referrals, like you say, once
Right.
you do a good job, they tell their friends and they tell their family, and so now I worked alone for 8 years. I was mobile. I drove all around town, and I grew that. And then after COVID, that changed everything.
Yeah.
And then I got an office, and now I have my aunt and my cousin work with me.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that's a family business,
Yeah.
and that's we're going on 5 years together as a team. So I think that is
And
what.
prior to that, you were doing it all by yourself.
All by myself, driving a
Yeah.
lot. Oof, man, I don't miss
So
that.
you would go to you would go to them?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. So now we charge a fee. We still do. We're still
Sure.
mobile, but now we charge a mobile
Right.
service fee. But
So in other words, you still do that. In other
do.
words, if I'm not able to come to you,
Yep.
you'll come to my house
Yes,
and
sir.
wow.
Yep.
What a great service.
yeah,
How
Yeah,
come more
that's
people
awesome.
don't know about this?
I don't know.
That's why we're here.
Hey. Yeah, and I took this job over from a friend of mine who was doing it for years, and I didn't even know that DMV services existed.
Yeah.
And then nobody really knew that DMV services existed until after COVID.
And these services have been around quite a while.
Oh yeah, I
because
think the oldest one's maybe
there was a
25.
pink place or something like that.
Yeah.
Not to, but I mean that I would see them, it's on advertisement form or something, and that was years ago.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, up until, well, a little bit before COVID, it wasn't quite that bad as it is now. I mean, after COVID, well, you couldn't do anything.
Right.
Well, you could do it online, but, and since then, you can't, the only way to get in there is to make an appointment online.
Yeah, and there's just so many people.
Yeah.
There's so many people that they need to help. So yeah, that's why.
And there's at least a half a dozen DMV offices in town, aren't there?
Yeah, well, they're actually breaking ground. I think they broke ground already. On the Henderson will be no more. They're completely gonna get rid of that building
Wow.
and do the building, I think it's near the M's from what I heard.
Okay.
A whole new DMV, and they're moving motor carrier over there. So
Wow.
there's not gonna be a Henderson DMV anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
So they're gonna have to go all the way to the DMV. Wow.
Yeah.
Or here in town.
yeah,
Because there's one out on Decatur.
Yep.
There's one on Flamingo.
Yep.
There's one on Sahara. The one on Sahara.
Mhm.
That's the original one.
it
wasn't
is. Yeah, I went to that one as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I had to register my car,
I
that was
remember
my
that a long
DMV,
time ago,
Take
yeah.
the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I would get up early still. It's always been a DMV out here. I would still get up early
Yeah.
to get in that line
me
before the
too.
DMV would, and then
Yeah.
I'd be in and out. But
Yeah.
those days are over. I mean,
Yeah.
now it's the line. It's just not feasible.
Well, and I can just imagine how bad it's gotten for your driver's test now.
They're months out. Oh man, if you're a kid, another tip: children, study, study, study. Because if you fail, you're gonna have to wait months to do it
Yeah.
again. And I hear all these parents telling me, like, "Do you know anybody?" We don't. We have no special gifts. We don't have any
Right.
special ins. We don't have anything that would change your situation. Nothing. We
Yeah.
can't do that. So I hear some of these stories, as I'm in there, and I feel so bad.
So do you have I mean, you get special compensation from the DMV to get in there to take care
No,
of
they
it.
don't compensate us. No,
No,
we
no,
do a
no,
lot
I
of
don't
nice
mean-
things.
I-
Yeah, not monetary,
A
but like,
special dispensation.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Then, okay, since you are a service, you don't have to wait 3 months. You can come in on, within a couple of days or something like that.
Correct.
Because you're doing multiple,
Yes.
hopefully, if,
Yes.
to save time, you're doing multiple, services for different people.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Businesses and personal.
Yeah. So that's gotta be, the DMV's gotta like that too, because they can get a lot of things done
Yes.
in one sitting. So,
Yes, and they know that. We look at our paperwork.
Right.
We're already coming in with
Yeah.
paperwork that's been reviewed. And I try to be upfront and honest with them and say, hey, look, is this a problem? Because we don't have
With the
time to
DMV,
waste.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's one time I had the police were called because I brought in a stolen title. But it wasn't stolen. The young man had gotten the motorcycle and he didn't realize that you can do title only in Nevada. You don't have to title and register. You can do title only. Get the title in your safe until you're ready to register the car.
Gotcha, okay.
You risk losing that title, you're gonna have a mess on your hands trying to register that car and track down the
Yeah.
previous title owner.
Right,
So he didn't do that. He held on to the title. He was waiting to get money, but he took the motorcycle to a party, and the motorcycle was stolen at this party. So he says, for the insurance company, I need the title, which again is very common.
right,
It's a very common
Sure.
transaction we do. You gotta get your title to then get paid the insurance company. So I take this title in, and I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm like, what's the problem? It should have been an easy transaction.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden they said, you gotta come over here. And I remember I had my work shirt on that day, I had my logo, and they took me outside and they had me call this young man on speakerphone because I had to
right,
verify my story of why am I here
Yeah.
with this stolen title. And the kid, he just did the steps and everything was backwards. So it wasn't that, he was the one who called it in stolen.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. What is the most difficult thing that you have to do, service-wise?
Ooh.
What's the hardest thing, if I come in with, you going, oh, God.
I can tell you. So when people buy a vehicle from an out-of-state dealership,
From an out-of-state dealer,
out-of-state dealership,
not an
mhm.
individual.
It could be an individual. Some
Okay.
individuals keep this paper. If there's a staple in all of your paperwork and I have to
Right.
flip through it, that's when I know probably something is missing.
Right,
A lot of times cars will go from an auction to an auction to an auction, and the dealers, they don't retitle.
right,
They're not going to retitle it.
right,
So they just pass through an auction, pass through an auction. Maybe something's wrong with the car. I couldn't tell you why this happens to
Right.
certain cars, but when it comes with a staple and all of these transfers, I'm just like, oh goodness. And I don't, we can't up our prices just because
Right.
it looks nasty, but
Yeah.
I'll try anybody. And I'll try and I'll submit it. I'll let the DMV tell you no.
right,
Not me. But usually, we're usually pretty spot on about things that are right or wrong. And I don't try to waste anybody's time.
yeah, no, I know,
So I always tell the DMV, you stamp it so they know that I asked.
right,
And they got the little stamp. So I always bring back the proof so they know I've done my part.
yeah,
I love it. I like helping. And the DMV technicians like us. They don't, I can't say they don't like everybody, but we try to respect their time, respect their decisions. And we go to a couple DMVs, so
I couldn't do what they do. I you know, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. No.
I wouldn't last a day.
Nope,
If
no.
they fire my ass.
Oh yeah, not my lane. Yeah, but I do like being on
the other side.
I
Yeah.
do. I really do because I get it. I mean, I would be a great employee for
Right.
them because I get it. I've
Right.
seen so many things. Bonded titles. We don't really do bonded titles. I take that back. Foreign vehicles, we can do those. Statement of facts, lien sales, stuff like that. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah. And so you have there's three of you now, right?
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
Me, my aunt, and my cousin. Everyone loves Cookie Mama. She's in the front. She's my aunt. She's our front desk girl.
Right.
And helps us with our paperwork. And then my cousin Sherry, she's in the office right there. She does what I do. So there's two of us that are knowledgeable in what needs to happen.
Cool.
With the actual paperwork.
And where's your office located?
The airplanes fly over us. We're on like Sunset and McLeod area.
Oh, okay, I know it. Yeah.
Yeah. And people always say, aren't you scared the planes are going to fall on you? But no, I don't.
Hasn't happened yet.
No, I mean, they're not going to go, no, and you just kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
And you don't hear them when you're inside, you hear your music playing, and
Yeah.
we're talking. So, yeah, the airplanes fly over us, 2690 Chandler Avenue, number 2. We do have limited hours. And I always ask people to call and chat with us anyway.
Right.
Or make an appointment online so we have to call you back.
Right.
Because I don't want anybody just showing up. Because they usually don't have what they
Yeah.
need. And when they do, I say, okay. And they normally don't.
Yeah.
So, I always like to ask questions.
Go back outside and call me.
Yeah.
No.
No. But, yeah, I try to give everyone a checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have you come in one time. Let's be efficient. Bring what you need. Show me if you want to show the documents. Because a lot of times, the titles aren't signed or something.
So if somebody says, okay, I have to go to the DMV for something, what advice would you give them before they come to see you? In other words, I don't want to go to the DMV. I'm gonna use this service.
Mhm.
So how should they start?
We talk on the phone.
Okay, so
I
they
ask
call
you. Yep, they call me.
Okay,
And then in my head, I already have a flow chart
right,
of questions.
right,
Did you get it from a dealership or private party?
right,
And then if you got it from a dealership, do you have this document and this document? If you got it from a private party, do you have this document and this document and this document? And then I just have my little flow chart of questions in my head and get right to the point.
right,
And a lot of people tell me their stories, tell me a whole 30-minute background, and really all they need is about 1 minute of information,
Right.
one piece of
Yeah.
information. But I let them talk.
Yeah.
People like to tell me about all their family, but I love it.
Yeah.
But really, there's just a little tiny piece of information that I need out of that
I
to tell you where you need to go.
I used to have a boss that would tell me, because I would do that a lot, and he would say, John, I just asked you what color this was. Don't tell me how to make paint. So I understand that.
Yeah, so I try to send a checklist as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously I can talk quick because I know what I'm talking about. So I tell people I'm going to send you a checklist of these things I'm about to tell you. So you don't have to try to write it down and remember. Because you don't want to remember those things. Get a checklist. Just bring a checklist, boom, and then they have it.
Yep.
And then our meeting goes pretty smoothly. And then you come back and pick up the plates from us in a couple of days. We send you your little
Cool.
done, pick up, and boom.
So how did you actually get started doing this?
It's a great story.
Well, then why don't you tell us?
Well,
We love great stories.
it's not a traditional story.
Oh, good. Those are the best kind.
Yeah. Okay. So I told you this business was existing before I took it over.
Okay.
And he originally asked me, do you want to buy the DMV service? Because I was doing insurance.
Oh, okay.
And I said, heck no. No, I do not want to deal with the DMV.
Yeah.
It's not my lane. And then about a month later, I had a dream while I was sleeping. And I've always had very vivid dreams. And I've learned to listen to some of them. That one was very vivid. And then I decided to buy the business. And I asked a bunch of people for money. Everyone thought I was crazy. And enough people gave me money. And I bought it. And 13 years later, I love it.
Yeah.
It was the best choice I made. But I said no. I said no in the beginning.
So when you first started, were you doing it full time or just
No,
part time?
no, part-time. It took
Okay.
about 4 years to get full-time.
Yeah. Okay.
4 years and a ton of networking. So
Yeah.
we know some mutual friends
Right.
from networking.
Yep.
And I just loved it. I loved going out. I was at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's my dad took me networking and marketing.
Yeah.
He's the one who really introduced me to that environment and made me comfortable with doing it out here.
Yeah.
Because I lost my traditional job in '08 when the Great Recession, all that. So I lost my traditional insurance job. And so I've been
What
self-employed.
kind of insurance?
I did commercial and business and personal.
Okay,
insurance.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in construction,
Oh,
and so when all that hit, and it was like,
yep.
you know,
That. Yeah, that was rough. That was a rough year, '08.
yeah.
So I decided to start my own insurance agency, but I always had to have a part-time job.
Right.
And then, 4 years. So I started this 2012, and then that was that.
And it actually sounds like you're having fun doing this.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like I serve a purpose because it's such a frustrating environment.
Oh yeah.
It's a frustrating with the paperwork. A lot of it's frustrating.
And to be able to take that away from people, take that burden off, you know, because it was just, whenever I knew I had to go to the DMV, it was just like, oh, man, you know, there's a whole day's shot.
Yeah, it really can be for some people. And they're just, there's some people who just,
Okay,
even
so
I did it on
you
my
got 30 minutes to get home and get this and get back here with this.
if I'm going to be at lunch.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to have to start all over again.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I've been there.
Oh, I hear these stories all the time, and I just want to tell them I can help you, but it's not my business. I mind my own business. But there's just a lot of things that a lot of people can have help with. And I answer a lot of questions. They should put me on payroll because I answer a lot of questions for free.
Right.
Because again, I love this town. I'm born and raised out here. I don't mind helping because I do make a good, we do such a great job that we do have people calling us.
Right.
And we do serve a purpose to a lot of people in this town because we offer that quality service. We don't mess around.
Yeah.
We don't mess around. I am no nonsense. I mean business. So, this is a very important job. This is people's money.
Yeah.
This is people's registration. And then you give me 2 days or 1 day to get it done because now you're going to have late fees. Now we got to reshuffle everything.
Yep.
But that's okay. That's what we're here for.
That's why you get the big bucks, right?
That's what we're here for, So, and I think people love walking into our office. I think they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
My office, I have a lot of weird phrases and sayings, and all my pictures and my little wall. Like you got your little celeb wall over there. I got my little celeb wall. We can do things for a lot of different people.
Who's if you can name names, who's the most famous person that you've provided the service for?
I think I can name a name. I've done one of the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was great.
Yeah.
Well, somebody took his license plate. We had to get his.
Oh, they stole his plate?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I've
I
had
had to
that
give him a
happen.
sub plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was lucky though, it was just my front plate.
Oh, not with the sticker.
And now, well, okay, so let me ask you this. So I recently bought a vehicle. There's no place to put a plate on the front.
Mm-mm.
And I thought that was a law that you had to have one of them.
Only if there's a bracket.
Okay.
If there's a bracket, you have to.
Yeah.
Most cars don't have it.
Yeah, because I'm not drilling holes.
No.
I don't put that sucker on there.
Only if
Okay,
there's a
good.
bracket.
Yeah. So what about tickets or violations? Like like lapse of insurance. That's what I'm thinking of. That your registration's been canceled or your license has been canceled, or can you help with that?
We can help with the registration side.
Right,
Yep.
not
we
the
can get
driver's
Not
license.
the driver's license.
Okay.
Side. Yeah.
So, I mean, I know you can't go take their test or anything,
Right.
but, well, because I don't know what, so if you lose your registration because you don't have insurance or your insurance expired or something like that, that's just a matter of paying fines or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get your
And
insurance reinstated and
then how is that different from the driver's license?
because they won't allow us to do anything with the driver's license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But we can do the registration. We can get
Okay,
that
so I can
reinstated and
see
pay those
that. I
funds.
can see where, because you don't have the ability to find out if this person is in fact who they say they are,
Right. We don't have access to the computer
Right.
system. Right.
where the DMV does.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that makes sense then.
Yeah. We do
Okay.
ask for the driver's license when they come in to bring us
Sure.
paperwork. That's our
Sure,
form
of
of
course.
identification. And then also I'm a notary. So I'm also a mobile notary.
Right.
But yeah, as far as the driver's license, yeah, we can't touch anything.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because I was trying to figure out, well, why wouldn't they let you do something? But no, that you have no way of verifying who that is.
No.
Okay,
We can look up your registration status.
right.
Anybody can.
Well, yeah, that's because I have my DMV on
Yeah.
my computer, because I got that when COVID hit, because
Yeah.
my plates had expired and I couldn't, I had to go in and do it online.
And the only problem with that, which is great that they're offering things online, but a lot of people come to us, again, a service that we offer a lot of is, I didn't get my registration in the mail. I didn't get my plates in the mail.
Right.
So now we're back to where you started.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing
Well, in
too.
fact, yeah, that did happen to me once, where, they're supposed to send a little
Yes.
tag and a new
Mhm.
registration,
Did
and
you
it
get
didn't
it?
show up.
Yeah. I paid for it.
Yeah.
I can check your status. You did pay for it. You're good for another year, but I never got it.
Yeah.
So
What
we get that a
that
lot.
was.
Yeah. So it's just another exposure that you have to count on if you're going to do it online.
Right.
Which is handy, convenient if all the stars align and everything goes well.
Right.
And you've got the post office that gets it too.
Do you have many people coming in that I just want to renew my registration?
Mhm.
Well, you can do that online. Yes, I know, but I don't want to.
Yeah, so we absolutely, anything that can be done online or at a kiosk, we absolutely encourage.
Okay.
Because we are not here for that. We
Sure.
tell them we charge a fee. However, our office is right near one of the kiosks. So we tell them, go to the kiosk.
Yeah.
If you can't figure it out or it gives you an error code, come on back.
Right.
We'll figure it out for you. But yeah, just go to the kiosk.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how many, I just kind of thought that the only kiosks were outside the DMV office.
No.
They're all over town.
They're all over town, yeah. Most of the Albertsons have the
Really?
kiosk, and then there's some AAAs that have the kiosk.
Wow.
And then the DMV location.
Wow.
Yeah, but even those lines are like,
Yeah.
I want to take pictures, for like advertising. Like, do you really want to stand in line? Like you're in that line, So it's just really a matter of how, what's your time worth, and do you feel
Right.
like dealing with this?
Yeah.
Because you really got to pack your patience. with
Well,
that.
the thing about your service is that you know what the hell you're doing.
Mhm.
You know what's needed, and the chances of you getting blindsided when you get there is probably very, very, very small.
It is.
Compared to, I hope I got everything.
Yeah.
And then getting up there and they find out, oh well, no, you don't have this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite parts of the job is catching those things and you being done.
Yeah.
Catch your paperwork, done. Not, oh, we forgot this.
yeah,
Oh, I forgot to tell you this. Or, we check the VIN numbers on the insurance,
Right.
A lot of times, a lot of people have an O, the letter O.
Instead of a
instead
zero.
There's
Yeah.
no O. It's
and
all
and,
zero.
and I found that in most cases, not every case, but in most cases, if there is an O, it's actually a zero.
Yeah,
That they rarely use the O.
there is no O's.
Yeah.
They're
Well, I
always
mean,
zeros.
yeah, of course in the VIN.
In the
yeah.
VIN, yeah.
But I mean in other,
Yeah.
like key stuff with,
Yes,
for computers and shit
Oh.
like that. So
the
yeah.
computer code. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's what your dad's into,
Yes,
right?
that's how we met. Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad. Yeah, and I was lucky to have two parents that inspired me. My dad was self-employed since I can remember, over 30 years. And my mom, she was a strong working female. And
Yeah.
so those two combined, I think, make me a good human working person
Yeah.
these days.
You got a lot of energy. That's good.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because I had coffee this morning.
Oh.
I told the girls, I said, I can't have any more coffee or I'm going to be talking this guy the ear off.
But no. But that's the point. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that we haven't covered that you'd really like people to know about?
No, I just, if some people think, oh, a DMV star, why would I pay for that? But if you have questions, you can just call and ask questions. Again, I'm not hugely familiar with driver's license stuff, but I mean, if you're thinking about buying a car, I can access records. If you're going to purchase a vehicle, get a title in hand. Or if you want to ask me, is this title the right title? A lot of times we get titles that aren't the most current edition, if you will.
Right.
And then you got a problem. There's a lot of scam artists out there.
Or the seller has signed it in the wrong
in the wrong
place.
spot, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And the seller's no longer available.
or they've passed away.
Yeah.
Or they've passed away and they
Yeah.
live in another state. That's
Right.
a whole nother ballgame. I think we do estate, probate transfers, into the, survivor's name,
Right?
transfer upon death, all kinds of stuff.
But see, you know how to do all that.
Oh, yeah,
Or I would have no clue.
I know. Most people don't.
So,
Yeah.
so I would use your service.
Well, great. See?
If you have a new customer, yeah.
Great. Yeah, we'd be happy to help.
Yeah. So anyway, so tell us again, where your office is,
Okay.
your phone number,
Okay.
your website,
Okay.
any place else that you want to, Facebook, Instagram, any of that other crap that you want people to know about, and tell those people right there.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching our interview today, my interview. Down and Down DMV service. Our office address is 2690 Chandler Avenue, number 2, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89120. The airplanes fly over us, so we're right near the airport, east of the airport. And DMV Vixen.com is the website. I'm the DMV Vixen. And that's about it for me.
Yeah, that's a great. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
One of my friends came up with that.
That's really
Yeah, I
that's
was like,
great.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you give your phone number?
Oh, no, 702-239-7892. You can put Done and Done in and all the socials. I'm not active on, I just Facebook a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit of Google, but
But
nothing.
I went to your website and pretty much all the information you need.
Oh,
is
yeah,
right
everything's
there.
right there. You can,
It is a good. It's a good website.
yeah,
Yeah.
send me some information. I get emails if people are interested in questions. You can set an appointment, and anytime, like I said, anybody sets an appointment, I make sure you get called.
Yeah.
And let's make sure you really need that appointment. Because, like I said, I answer hundreds of questions for free, and I don't mind. And if I don't know the answer, I tell you, I don't know, call this number.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So if you don't know, you know where to send them.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
great.
yeah. I'll definitely give you the next step to try.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hint. Thank you.
Hey, well, I
This is
appreciate it.
great.
Yeah, this is fun.
I tell your dad I said hi.
I will, yeah. I'm glad, I guess he didn't need the commercial.
Pardon me?
He didn't need the commercial. He's retiring now, so that's how I got to see.
Yeah. Oh, he is retiring.
He
Huh?
is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I met him. We have a mutual friend. I don't know if you know Nick or not.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I've known. And in fact, his wife was my real estate agent when I bought my house. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to
And
call
my
him.
son worked for him years ago.
All computer stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey everybody, thanks again for watching. We appreciate your support of the studio and the show. And don't forget, this Saturday over at Barnes & Noble on Rainbow, I'll be doing a book signing. So,
You wrote a book?
no, but I go over there on Saturdays, and if you buy a book there, any book in the thing, I'll sign it for you. So remember, if you're going to do it with styles.
I like that.